Do not talk bad about your child's father to the child. That is not going to help anything at all. And I'm going to tell you why. You know why? Because when that child gets older and that child develops a relationship with their father anyway, they will dislike you because they will not see this person that you claimed this man to be as a father. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace podcast, where I am your host, Ebony Stiff. And tonight I am wearing blue silk pajamas with flowers on it. So if this is your first time tuning in, we podcast in our pajamas so that we can get down to the real root of whatever it is that we're talking about, not worrying about what we're wearing. So I would like to know what you are wearing tonight as you are listening to this podcast. Drop it below in the comments, and we are going to dive right into tonight's topic. Okay, so tonight, it is coming up on Father's Day, right? And I know that there are a lot of women who feel salty about it or feel like the men shouldn't get their day because of what it is that they're going through in their personal lives. And I completely disagree. Okay, I disagree. I hope you women don't cancel me out here because this is Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace. So I'm going to speak my piece. And that is what we're going to talk about tonight. There are some good fathers out there. So happy Father's Day to you. You do deserve your flowers. And I am so happy that you are involved in your child's life. The world needs more fathers like you. So happy Father's Day to you as the day approaches. I know it's a little early, but my podcast does premiere before Father's Day. So just happy Father's Day to you. And to the women, what I really want to get into is, are you being a good co-parent so that the fathers can be the best fathers that they can be to your child? That is the question. It has to start somewhere. And it has to start with us if we are the ones raising the child. If the child is with us the majority of the time, are we being our best selves so that the fathers can be them best selves to the child? And a lot of times the answer is no. If women are honest, if we're going to be completely honest with ourselves, the answer is no. And I'm going to help you get to a place where I am, because I can speak on this, right? Because I do have fathers that I am not with. I'm not with the father of my children. And we have a great co-parenting relationship. And it didn't always get there. It didn't start there. See, I done said it wrong. It didn't start there, but we are there. And I want to help some women, some men along the way so you can get there quicker and everyone can be happy. Okay. The first thing, if women, if you are not over that man, get over the man. Okay. If the man has moved on with his life and he is no longer trying to be in a romantic relationship with you or any type of situationship with you, whatever it is that you want to call it, if that person has moved on with their life and they do not want to be with you, I'm going to need you to get over it. However that looks, get over it. And do not withhold this man's child or children because he does not want to be in a relationship with you. That is wrong. It really is. It's just wrong. Because that man may have cheated on you, or he may have, done things to you that you were not in agreement with. Whatever ended the relationship, if it is not harmful to that child, what is the reason that this man cannot be a part of this child's life besides the fact that you still want him? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Okay, and I'm talking about the good dads. I'm not talking about the other, dads where there's legal stuff involved or there's things where the child's life may be in danger. I'm not talking about those dads. I'm talking about the good dads who are not allowed to be a part of their child's life because, we just can't get it right on the co-parenting side for the women. So I'm going to try to help out. Okay? I am trying to help out. So women, if that man does not want you, and maybe you don't want him either. I don't know what it is. But get over it. and let that man spend time with his child. Make sure you're showing up on time for the drop-offs or whatever it is that you have arranged. Or if you haven't arranged anything because you still want this man, I need you to get over it, and I need you to start making some arrangements so this child can be with his dad, his or her dad. All right? Can we do that? Can we start looking at ourselves in the mirror and be honest and say, hey, you know what? Maybe that is the issue. Maybe I am the issue. And I need to learn how to get over it and separate the two. All right. Because I'm speaking from experience, okay? Because it was a time where it was like, who gonna be over there? Oh, you gonna have this girl around it? No, we ain't doing that. She can't come. And how ignorant of that? How ignorant was that? It was very ignorant. Very, very, very ignorant. Just because that man didn't want me no more, as long as that woman is, if you determine that this woman is safe and my child is going to be in safe hands, and this woman is not going to mistreat my child, have at it. Let me put her on the pickup list from school. Okay, so do you want to come get her from school? Do you want to come get him from school? Okay, so it works much better when you decide to. Hey, that goes right into my next point. If you are over it and the person has a new significant other in their life, get to know who that significant other is so you can feel comfortable that because your child is going to be around this person, right? So get comfortable with that person. I'm not saying that y'all have to be friends. I'm not saying that you have to hang out on the phone and take girl trips together and do all of those things. However, you should know the person. You should feel comfortable with the person and do that without passing judgment. If you're not wanting to get to know this person because you're not over the relationship, then shame on you, right? You get over it. Okay. The first step is get over it. Then get to know the person, that your significant other is with, because your child is going to be around this person and it may be a great asset to your child's life, but you just don't know because you're stuck up on whatever it is that you're stuck up on. And the only person that's being hurt in all of this is your child. Okay. And it's not fair to your child. You chose this man to have kids with. You chose him. You loved him at one point. Y'all was going to be together and do it. And just because y'all are not together does not mean that he should not be with his child, his children. It's not right. It's not fair. My next point, and this is a big one, and the women going to get mad at me, but you know what? I don't even care. Because it's Speak Now, Hold Your Peace, baby. So get ready. Get ready. If that man is not paying you child support, if he is not paying you child support and he wants to see his children, he should be able to see his children. Don't get mad at me. I said it. If he is not paying child support and he wants to see his child and be in his child's life, he should be able to. Why you say that? Let me tell you something. My father passed away, and there is no amount of money that my mother could have received or did receive that will take away the memories and the bond that I had with my father. Now, whether my mother received child support or not, I don't know. I don't get into that. It doesn't matter at this point, right? I'm an adult. I had a great relationship with my dad, and I don't know whether he paid child support or not. My mother didn't tell me those things. But what I do know is that I had a great relationship with my dad because that was fostered by my mother. And the thing that I don't like is they will say, "Oh, he's not paying child support, so he can't see his kid." Why? Your child is not a money tool. It's not a money grab. And maybe he just can't afford it. Or even if he can afford it, that's something that he has to take in account of. That's something that he has to deal with at the end of the day. As long as when he is with your child is with his dad, your child is well taken care of. He's able to provide the food and clothing or whatever it is, that he can provide. Let that man go be with his dad and you go do something nice for yourself on the weekend, during the week, whatever the arrangement is. Okay. And if you feel strongly about it, you guys can't come to an agreement. There is always, a court system in place that will take the money for you and give it to you. And then there are some women who are getting child support and still don't let the man see their child. So it still doesn't make any sense. Why? What is the problem? What is the problem? Are you the problem? And if you are the problem, ladies, let's work it out and let's get the problem resolved. Let's get it fixed so that these men can be the men that they need to be in their child's lives. Okay, it is very, very, very important. Very, very important. The next thing, and I don't like this. This is a pet peeve of mine. Do not talk bad about your child's father to the child. That is not going to help anything at all. And I'm going to tell you why. You know why? Because when that child gets older and that child develops a relationship with their father anyway, they will dislike you because they will not see this person that you claimed this man to be as a father. The issues that you may have that are not father related should not be passed along to your child. That information, find somebody else to talk to. Pray about it. But your child is not your emotional outlet to talk bad about their father. It's just not. Do you recognize your child is half of the person that you're talking about? Did you know that? Did you realize that? Like, seriously. So don't do that. Like, stop doing that. Stop telling the kids how bad of a person this is or how much he doesn't do or any. Just don't tell the child at all. There's so many other things that you could be talking about with your child, and the child's father is not one of them. If you don't have anything good to say, just don't say anything at all. If your child asks, "Hey, why is this?" I don't know. We'll discuss it later. Or I just don't want to discuss that with you. Or it's not an appropriate conversation for us to have. You can do those things and it's okay. But to completely bash a man who actually wants to be a part of their child's life, it is not going to work out well for you in the end. Trust me, I've seen it. I have seen it. And the moms still be angry. You angry at graduation. You angry at baby showers. You angry at weddings. Why? Why? All because the relationship did not work out. That's not the child's fault. And that child deserves their father if their father wants to be in their life. You are not there to be a roadblock to their relationship. You are there to try to help foster that relationship. You are there to be encouraging to that relationship. And do you realize, let me tell you something. Okay, I'm just going to tell y'all something. Do you realize how much of a benefit that is to your child? I'm going to tell y'all a story, right? My daughter, when she would go to her dad's house during like Christmas time and Thanksgiving time, she loved it, right? She absolutely loved it on her dad's side. She was the only grandchild. Absolutely, when she was younger, absolutely loved going over there. They spoiled her, right? Spoiled her. When she came, so she was like, I have 2 Christmases. I have 2 this, I have 2 that, because of the distance. She spent her Christmas time with that side of the family. And then when she came back, she had another Christmas with us. As a child, do you know how much she loved that? How much that was a benefit to her, because she was able to go and do things and experience life and experience other things with her father that she definitely has those memories, and she also has those things on our side as well. So if I was a hindrance to that, I just couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine being a hindrance to that. I didn't want to be, so don't just be a roadblock, be a pathway instead and nurture that relationship. Foster, do what you can do to help say, hey, if you want to come get her for Thanksgiving, you want to come get her for Christmas, him or her, I apologize. You want to come get your children, let them go, let them be. Of course, make sure they're safe and all of those things. I'm not saying, send them with somebody that's unsafe, but if they're safe and they want to be a part of that child's life, go ahead. And then it frees you up and it gives you the opportunity to do things that you wanted to do, that you may not have been able to do because you were, you had the child, or were looking for babysitters or things like that. So I actually enjoyed when my child went for Christmas, because honestly speaking, I didn't have to go shopping until after Christmas. So I caught all the sales. Everything that I got from my child for Christmas was on a discount, and I was excited. I was like, she is with her daddy. I don't need to get anything early. I can get it late and on sale. Okay, so there are some benefits that once you sit down and you find the silver lining in all of this, your life would be so much better. Your stress level will come down. Your child will be happy. And you yourself will be happier. Okay, you yourself will be happier if you just let go. Let that man be a father to his child, to his children. I'm telling you, life is good on this side. Okay, like, come on over to the side of peace. Come on over to the side of healthy co-parenting, because the world needs that. The world needs it. So even if, he's not in the household, he is still that child's father. So let him be that child's father. Do not hold your emotions over him. Do not hold monetary things over him, because at the end of the day, to that child, nothing matters. None of that matters. But the time that they get to spend, the bond that they get to have, the stories that they are going to be able to tell their children and their children's children, there's no amount of money that will replace any of that. None of that. And then you won't have to worry about your child being angry at you or upset with you when they become an adult and they're hanging out with their daddy anyway. And then let's get into the next thing. When you are withholding them from their dad, let's say the dad has a relationship with his other children. Now your child is going to feel left out. Why? Because of you. Let's be real. It's because of you. So now your child doesn't know their other siblings, their brothers and sisters. They don't get to spend time with them. They don't get to spend time with their aunties and uncles or grandma, granddaddy on their dad's side, because of you. And that's not fair. It's not fair. Why are you doing that? So I need you mothers to take a good look at yourself, do a good self-evaluation, and figure out, if I am the problem, if it's me, how can I fix it so that my child doesn't grow up without their father? How do you fix it? The first thing you do is recognize that you're the problem. Because a lot of times, and a lot of stories that I hear, women, you're the problem. And you got to stop. It has to stop at some point. It has to stop at some point. When you're able to co-parent, life is good. Life is great. Healthy co-parenting is absolutely wonderful. Just look online. Look at the couples that do it. I see so many, different things on social media where the women have figured it out. They have figured out how to co-parent. Some of them are even friends. Some people take trips together. I'm not saying do all that. If you're not at that level, don't do that. I'm not telling you to do that. But I am telling you that life is much better for your child when you can all get along. You can co-parent in a healthy relationship, take your feelings out of it, take the monetary value out of it, and just let that child and that father bond and love on each other. Just let them do it. Okay, it's not going to cost you anything. You'll find that you have more time and more freedom because you're not worried about what the dad has going on. It's none of your business. It's none of your business. The only thing that is your business is that your child is safe when he is with his father, and if there's another person in their life, that person is treating your child with the utmost respect and the utmost safety and concern. Okay? That is all you have to be concerned about. And don't be getting mad at the other parent for simply loving your child and just trying to be there. You want somebody like that in your child's life that is going to love your child like their own. You're gonna want that. All right. So, women, we are going to get out of our feelings. We're going to wish these men a happy Father's Day. We're going to congratulate them. We're going to celebrate them. And we are going to try and be better co parents for the sake of our children. So, happy Father's Day to you fathers out there. And I hope if you don't have the opportunity to be in your child's life, work on it, continue being a great dad or trying to be a great dad. The world needs you. Your child needs you. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Speak Now, Never Hold Your Peace. You can find me bi-weekly on the Alive Podcast Network or anywhere that you listen to your podcast. Until next time, speak now and never hold your peace.